What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be going over what I think is the best zero build practice map. In the past, I've shown off maps like the pit, and a lot of you have said you want something like that, but with zero building, just so you can practice getting in as many fights as possible. And this map is the solution that you're looking for. If you guys do enjoy this video or find it helpful or informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you think of this map and if you think something like this would help you out. So, for starters, this is the code for the map. It'll be in the description, and I'm going to quickly walk you through how to get to it. You just go like how you would normally find a game, and then up at the top there will be different tabs that you can click through, and then you go to the creative tab and you just type in this code and then you hit play. It's really simple and straightforward. And there will also be a code in the description below for the aim practice map that I use every day. This is mainly for like building and editing, but you might find this useful as well if you are someone that's newer to Fortnite and just getting like used to the mechanics for the first time. And this map is just a simulation of Coney Crossroads, and it's team deathmatch, zero build. Everybody has the same weapons. Everybody has a white pump, a white Stinger SMG, and a white combat AR. And this map was created by PixelatedDreams and Tfue and Zemie. And so not only is it a good map, but the fact that it's being promoted by Tfue and Zemie, two of the best zero build players and two of the biggest like zero build content creators, I feel like will help keep its player base active more so than other maps. And also likely somewhat competitive. This isn't always the case, but odds are if people are watching streamers like Tfue and Zemie, they're typically going to be like better than average players. It's not always the case, but people who are invested in the game enough to be watching content on the regular and playing maps like this probably are better players, so you're going to get in some decent fights, and the map should be decently populated usually, which is like really important. It's no point in playing if there's not a very active player base. And so this map is just a great way for you to practice fighting with pretty much no downtime and pretty much no stakes. You just respawn immediately and you can get right back into fighting over and over again. And this makes improving so much faster and so much more time efficient than it would be in a regular match. I feel like one of the biggest things that people struggle with in Battle Royales is when they get on or when they're new to the game, they really want to get a win. But because of that, they probably land more outskirts locations or just play more passive in general and don't really get in as many fights because every fight you take could ultimately eliminate you from the game. Makes sense. But because of that, they don't have very much experience fighting, and then that's just kind of a cycle that repeats itself over and over again, and it's very slow to improve if that's how you're playing. Whereas like a game mode like this just allows you to get in fights constantly. This team deathmatch goes to 25 kills, and I feel like most of the time it lasts like less than like 5 to 10 minutes. It goes by really fast just because of how cramped and chaotic this is. And it is really chaotic. I wouldn't worry too much about actually being the player who gets the win or like gets frustrated about getting your kills stolen or getting third partied or anything like that. The main point of this is just to get in as many fights as possible and like improve your mechanics, things like aiming, strafing, maybe even weapon swap timing if you aren't used to like shooting your pump, swapping your SMG, shooting that, and then swapping immediately back to your pump once it's ready to shoot again. If you're like someone who's struggling to get that down, this would be a great way to practice that. And just aiming in general, the more fights you get in faster, the better your aim is going to get, and the more confident you're going to be fighting. This is going to translate so much to real games. If you play an actual Fortnite match, you're probably playing 10 to 15 minutes if you make it in game. And in that time, you might have less than 10 kills. You know, a lot of people aren't getting double-digit kills or like even 20-kill games regularly like you see some streamers or content creators getting, right? So you might get less than 10 kills in 15 minutes of gameplay. Whereas in this map, you can get so many more interactions in a third of the time, and this is going to translate so much to you improving as a player. And if you're someone who just wants to play this to warm up every day or just regular practice, I feel like that'll be where you see the most consistent improvement in your gameplay. There's this misconception, I feel like, in the Fortnite community where players look at creative and they're like, oh, I don't have 8 hours a day to spend in creative, so I can't improve. And sure, if you wanted to spend 8 hours a day in creative, you probably would get better very fast. But in reality, only spending like 20 to 30 minutes, maybe an hour a day practicing in maps like this or other practice maps will have a large impact on your gameplay. It's more about consistent practice rather than just one long session. So if you play this maybe 10, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't know how long the matches are, but they go really fast, right? If you play 10 minutes of this before you hop into a BR match, not only are you going to be getting so much more practice fighting, you're going to perform better in your BR matches because you're already going to be like warmed up and like your aim is going to be on and things of that nature. This can also be a really good way for getting used to new settings again, with BRs, you don't get consistent fighting. So if you're trying to get used to a new sensitivity, that can be rough. Whereas something like this or the pit or any of the other like team deathmatch style maps, free-for-all style maps, you just get in so much more fights so much faster, and it makes it so much more time efficient for improving your aim, getting used to a new sensitivity, getting more confident fighting, any of those things. So like I said before, the code for the map will be in the description down below, and I did show it on screen earlier. If you guys did enjoy this video, find it helpful and informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe, comment down below what you think of maps like this and if it's something you're going to use, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. That's annoying. I just missed so many shots there because I was trying to see what this gun was. Like, I was, like, trying to tell what that gun on the ground was while I was shooting that guy because I figured I was going to run out of ammo before I killed him, and I wanted to see where the AUG was. Is there going to be a Doom collab? Probably. But I think Doom and Dragon Ball Z are 100% happening. Also, Patrick Mahomes, I think he plays for the Chiefs, tweeted out or posted on his Instagram story about his Fortnite skin. Where do you post the link of the clip? It doesn't matter. Don't post the link. I just wanted to, like, clipping something puts a bookmark on it. And then it just makes it easier for me to find later on to go and clip that. So I wanted to make a TikTok of how busted the cloud is to counter the Kamehameha. Bro, I have no aim assist on this guy at all. Holy shit. Those were all AI. Like, the game sends AI to POIs that people don't land at, and I guess just nobody landed sleepy at all this game. And somehow it was in zone. So those bots had probably been fighting there the entire game. Oh, he fucked. Guy's an absolute weenie. That guy is 100% complaining about how sweaty his lobbies are. They can't hide in a bush for an hour from me. Do I even play solos? Yeah, pretty much. I think I've played... Actually, that's not true. I've actually played with other people a decent amount this season, like more so than usual. I played with D-Wolf when Zero Build Arena first got added. I played with Zemie a little bit, and I also played with Shippings earlier on, like, this season. But normally I just play solos. I just hate asking people to play, to be honest. So if I ever play with anybody, it's because they ask me, probably. Don't. And I feel like I'm much better at streaming playing solo. Like, it's harder to, like, talk to chat and stuff when you're playing with people. And I think that, you know, talking to chat and reading comments and just kind of like going back and forth about certain things is like kind of the whole point of streaming. Especially like, I mean, this, luckily I haven't had this happen recently. But there's some people, like, the first time you play and stream with them, you don't know how they're going to be. Like, some people just read their chat into the mic the entire time without muting. And, like, that is so incredibly, like, rude and annoying. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen streams where it's just, like, a collection of people playing squads all talking over each other, reading each other's chats at the same time. And it's just, like, a mess, like, auditory-wise. And, like, I don't know. I am always scared that's going to happen when I play with somebody for the first time. Oh my gosh, that was bad. What I was saying before, bro. Like, sure, I can sit there and shotgun him because I have him so weak and probably kill him before he gets it off, but I don't need to. Like, the only way he kills me there is if I do that. Whereas, like, if I just use my cloud and get away from him and then land on him and kill him, then, like, he's dead 100% of the time. That's just such an unnecessary risk. So many people think they could just point blank that thing at people because they get kills like that. Like, that works. I've died like that before. It's embarrassing. I've literally lost games like that today. I heard him under me. I don't understand. Do I like the combat AR? It's okay. I think the AUG is better though. Kids were not good at all. No, there was like 3 people I killed that game that were decent. One of them I killed off spawn. One of them I killed in between. I don't know. There's a few people that might have been decent, but they tried to Kamehameha me and I just like full countered it with the glider. But yeah, no, the people at the end were not. But if you get a high kill game, this is like what I feel like people don't understand. If you get 20 kills like that in a game, anybody decent, I was going to fight them mid game. Like the only people who made it end game were the people that were just hiding. Because I was fighting like constantly, you know? If they were decent, they would have tried to have third partied me before.